Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a demo and a review of the NYX Total Drop foundation. This is not a new foundation, it's been out for a little while, but it's still kind of new, and I finally decided to get my hands on it about a week or so ago. I got mine from Boots and it costs £14. This is the box that it comes in. It's just a standard black box with an image on the front of the actual foundation. And let me open it for you. Obviously that's the reason I have like only some of my eye makeup done. So it looks like this. It comes in a glass bottle and it's got a squeezy pipette on the top. So it's got a dropper, as you can see, like that. And before I jump into the demo, I'm just going to do a quick review for you guys about my thoughts of this foundation. So the shade that I bought mine in is called 11 Beige. Now I did do a bit of research online to try and figure out my shade, and I think I was and I think I was a little bit lucky in that I was able to go, oh, I got hair on my nose. I was able to get a foundation shade that matches me perfectly. This is a perfect match for my skin tone, and for reference, in MAC I'm an NC40. I had a slight tan in maybe June, but that's gone, and I don't really tend to go into the sun that much either. I may get a little bit darker if our summer finally decides to show its face, but until then this is working very well for me. I've seen a lot of people online buying two different shades to have to mix together, and I think there is a psychological way of thinking in that because it's a drugstore foundation and it costs £14, that technically they're not spending that much. Now, the one thing I do have to say is, firstly, I do love this foundation. I think it's really, really good. However, it is a 13ml. It's tiny. And a standard foundation is 30ml. Now, for £14, now you can imagine 13ml. It's not even 15ml. So you could say, for example, a MAC foundation is 30ml and it costs 20 something pounds. If you had to buy this again, you would end up paying more. So this is actually quite pricey. And because of the size of it, and because it is a very liquidy and very runny foundation, you are more than likely going to run out of this quite quickly. So I would say that NYX maybe wants to or should reconsider the price of this, because it does not reflect the size of it. If you think about the price of a 30ml foundation, and then this is less than 30ml. It's not half of 30ml is 15ml, right? This is 13 and you're paying £14. Double that to £28 and it's still not the size of a full MAC foundation or any other ones. So that's just something to psychologically bear in mind. Now this is, or what NYX claim this is, let's see. It says, with just a few drops, our Total Control Drop Foundation delivers sheer to full coverage and a velvety matte finish. I agree with that completely, 100%. It depends on how much of this foundation you use. It is very buildable and you can build it up to full coverage. I personally prefer full coverage foundations because, as you can see, I've got pigmentation, I've got textured skin, I've got a beauty spot here, which doesn't bother me that much, to be honest. I mean, it just appeared one day. It didn't used to be there, but I appear to grow beauty spots. I've got random ones which have appeared on my body and I'm like, okay. And I've got discoloration, etc. So personally, I prefer medium to full coverage foundations. And yes, you do get a very velvety matte finish, as it says. The skin feels lovely and soft. You don't look matte, as in you look really overly matte and sick, like some foundations can make you look, and then you rely so much on other products to give that natural glow to your skin. I think this sits really well on the skin. After 12 hours, my skin still looks lovely. It does not oxidize. It doesn't move around on the face. I personally think that this is a really, really good foundation, and I think a lot of people will love this just like I do. Now, what they say is it's on the back of the box. For light coverage, 2 drops plus. Medium coverage, 3 drops plus. Our full coverage, 4 drops plus. Now, I've done the whole 4 drops and it doesn't even cover my entire face. I end up having to go back in a couple of times. I don't have the patience when I'm getting ready in the morning to go to work. I don't have time to go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just like squeeze, 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 and then I just start to blend it in. Now, because it is very runny, as I've shown you, you have to work with it quite quickly, otherwise it will start to drip down your face and it can end up on your clothes. Why do I do foundation reviews when I've got, and demos, when I've got a white t-shirt? And I don't know what's wrong with me. It's like it's the worst colour to wear when I'm showing a demo, especially because I'm not sitting at my makeup table. I'm in my garage, which is my new filming area, and I'm very far away from the camera as well, so just stupid. So What else can I say about this? I genuinely really love this foundation. It lasts on the face for a really long time, and because it's very light foundation, it's not thick like a lot of other full medium to full coverage foundations. I have noticed that when it comes to removing it off the end of the day, there doesn't seem to be loads on my makeup wipe, because the way I remove my makeup is I remove most of the heavy makeup with a makeup wipe, and then I go in with other things to remove the residual makeup, like especially around the eyes, to proper get that mascara off and that sort of thing. But when I look at the makeup wipe, I'm like, there's not that much foundation on it. But it doesn't seem like that when you're looking at when you see it on your face. You're like, I've got a full coverage foundation and my face is flawless, but it actually doesn't, it's not really thick. So that's why I really like this. It's really light and really breathable. My face doesn't feel constricted and that sort of thing. It blends beautifully and easily. There's no patchiness or anything like that. So I cannot recommend this highly enough. So I'm going to do a review now. So the first thing you need to do is just shake this. I've just got my normal moisturizer on my face, and I'm going to use a primer. This one I've been using quite a lot recently is the Primark Primer Water. Prep skin for makeup application, silicone free, alcohol free, oil free. This is 150 ml. As you can see, it's been getting a lot of love. So even though generally I tend to do my foundation and face first, then I do my eye makeup. Some people do it the other way around, but obviously for the purposes of this video, I've already done my eye makeup, especially because I've got to go out straight afterwards. So I'm just going to spray this all over my face. I am very generous with this, by the way. Better to have more than less, people. And then I just kind of pat it down slightly. And you can feel that it's got a slight stickiness to it, which is what you want with a primer, because a primer is what keeps your foundation in place all day and helps it to last longer as well. Just shake it again. And the brush that I'm going to use, you can use a beauty blender, but personally I think a brush is better. A beauty blender, you end up having to obviously dampen it, and then because it is quite liquidy, you will end up losing a lot of the foundation into the actual sponge itself. So the brush I'm using is this Morphe M439 brush. It's stained. You know how so many times I use dirty brushes? I'm using clean brushes for a change, but it's stained. But this is an awesome buffing brush, so I can really like push everything in and move it around. So I'm going to show you the way that I apply it. So first I squeeze the top to get the product in. Be careful. And now I'm going to squeeze it all over my face and then blend it in. Maybe a little bit more on that side. Starting to drip. And blend. Oh no, I've got it in my eyebrow. And there you go, perfectly blended in. Obviously, ignore the fact that I got it on my eyebrow. If I wasn't doing a video, I probably wouldn't do that. Actually, that's the first time I've done that. So I'm going to fix it. But generally, you can see it's given really good coverage all over my face. Now, because my problem areas are my cheeks, I'm going to put a little bit more on. Well, I didn't drop it on my t-shirt, but I dropped it on my trousers. Make sure you blend it into your neck so that there is no harsh lines. Okay, I saved my eyebrow, but unfortunately my bottoms, not so much. Word to the wise, put your clothes on after you've done your makeup, or at least before you filmed a video. Anyway, so my foundation is done. Yes, I'm aware that I look like a ghost, but trust me on this when I say this matches me perfectly in terms of from my neck to my face. Yes, it does, but I do have 3 white lights on my face. There is no flashback, I've noticed, when I put this on. This also, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't say whether it has any SPF in it, but correct me below if I'm wrong, but I can't see that it has. And SPF is normally the thing that causes flashback when you take flash photography. Now, I have applied it and it's slightly tacky, which is fine. And now I'm going to finish off the rest of my face. But overall, very, very happy with this foundation. I love the fact that there's a very wide variety of shades as well. And as I said at the beginning, if you can't find your correct shade, you can always mix and match to try and make your own shade. But my shade is beige. One thing that I do have to do, I'm sorry, I've done my under eye concealer. I'm wearing the brand new L'Oreal True Match The One concealer. My shade is in 3DW Golden Beige. I have to set my foundation, as I always do, as I would always suggest people do anyway, and I'm using the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in the shade Translucent. This is my ride or die face powder. Look at it. And just dab it on. This is just to get rid of that slight tackiness. Most people don't like it, and it just adds to the whole velvety feel. Yes, it will make you look slightly white, but that goes. Just because it's fresh. Voila! All my makeup is done. And I am wearing on my lips Sleek's brand new Dream Decade Lip VIP lipstick from their Diamond Decade collection, which is what I've got on my eyes as well. Well, not the glitter. The glitter is Iconic Glitter from my homie Felicia XO from Instagram, who, by the way, her glitter range is going to be sold in boohoo.com and River Island. Well done, Felicia. So yeah, so this is the completed look. As you can see, it looks gorgeous. It looks natural, if that's what you want to call it. Yes, I'm going for a full-on look, but what's new? I am on my way out to a barbecue at a family member's house in a few minutes. And so that's it. What else can I say about this foundation? It's really, really good. It's excellent. I just wish that it cost less, or that they actually gave you a 30ml option to buy at maybe 18-19 pounds, which would make it a little bit more understandable in regards to the price. Other than that, I can't big this foundation up enough. I'm really happy with it. I like the fact that there are different tones as well. This one is geared towards more warmer yellow toned skin like mine. Quite a lot of their foundations have got quite a bit of yellow in it, which is troublesome when it comes to other brands. So I'm really glad that NYX has gone down that route, which covers off beige, pink tones, as well as yellow tones as well. So that's it. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, demo even, as well as my review. If you've got any comments or questions about the foundation, let me know below before anyone says anything about it don't match your skin. It does. Trust me, it does. I've worn it to death and it is a perfect match. Can you see my neck from here? No. Well, I don't have foundation on my neck, but trust me on this, it matches, but it's fine. It's fine. It doesn't help, obviously, I've got a black backdrop behind me, but it is as it is. It's either that or you can see all the spider's webs behind this, which we don't want to see. So have any of you guys tried this? Let me know your thoughts below. Follow me on all my social media, Instagram, Snapchat. Keep up to date with me. Thank you very much for watching and supporting me as always. Love you lots. See you later. Bye.